Cyprus. Hello everybody, it's Tom here from the Company Code, author, educator and public speaker. Today I'm going to discuss the holiday destination Cyprus. Cyprus is one of many Greek islands that I've had the pleasure of visiting. I've visited a couple of times in my life, once as a very young boy, way back in 1990, 31 years ago, and also back in 2003 with a bit more family this time, I'm pleased to say, whereas the first time was just me and brother, mum and dad. Okay, but it's a long time ago. But anyway, my memories of Crete are very favourable as a holiday destination, and I'm going to discuss what I enjoyed about it and what you should be mindful of going to Crete. It's a great holiday destination. So first thing you need to know is that Crete as an island, and this is not a favourable thing, but I feel it's an important thing for you to understand, okay? For anyone who's not from this part of the world and is not aware of the history, it's vital that you know this. The people in Cyprus, the Cypriots and the Turkish people do not get on. They hate each other. And there has been an ongoing feud and war between them for many, many years, okay? Don't let that put you off. It's still a very, very nice holiday destination, but you must be aware of this, okay? You must be aware of it, because there has been occasional riots and uprisings in certain parts, mainly in the capital. Just be aware of it, alright? It is important that you know, okay? There's an army base there in Nicosia, and the UN are based there, and they're there to help keep the peace when it does flare up. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, their presence is required because it can get very nasty. They are very much disliking one another and have been for many years. On my first visit to Crete, way back in 1990, very long time ago, my mum, dad and me and my brother were on our way. We were in a Jeep, or it was a red Jeep, I remember it very clearly, and we were driving round like a mountainous area up into the hills. My dad must have gone into a area that was restricted of some description. So a young Cypriot soldier jumped out and put a gun in my dad's face. As you can appreciate, he slammed the brakes on the vehicle and was startled, as we all were. Nothing happened. There was no gunshot or angry exchange. It was more just that guy was doing his job, but his job was to stop people going through that area, and he did. And obviously my dad had to turn around. Quite a nerve-wracking experience for one of your first holidays, but I've got to say the rest of the holiday was really great. I remember distinctly the beautiful sandy beaches. There's a lot of turtles that sort of congregate on the beaches there, and that they lay their eggs for their young, and you get to see that on certain beaches. Some very famous parts of Cyprus. There's Paphos. I distinctly remember being in a coach all them years back, and the driver bibbing his horn shouting Paphos at the top of his voice. And obviously there's Nicosia, which is the capital, Larnaca, Limassol, many different parts, but it's a really lovely holiday destination. What will strike you about the Greek people, and I've said this in my previous video about Crete, and it seems to run a parallel with every part of that area, is that they're very family orientated, okay? They're a bit old fashioned and very traditional and respectful of family, and young families in particular. They love children, but in a legit nice way, it's not anything creepy, it's just that's how they are. They're brought up to believe that family is like the most important unit, and they really push that, okay? And one such incident is, I remember my little brother, Simon, he was only like a very young lad at the time, like a couple of years younger than me, so he was struggling in the swimming pool, struggling to swim, and he went under the water. Without a second thought, the waiter, Nicholas, jumped into the water and got my brother out of the water. He came up on the guy's shoulders, and my brother was pulling his hair. It was quite funny actually. But there was no hesitation that if my brother was even in the slightest bit of danger, that he was going to put himself out. And that's what they're like, you know. They can't do enough for you. So if you have a young family and you go to Cyprus, you're in for a treat. Really, you are. Okay. And another thing that I really enjoyed about this holiday, and you'll laugh, Greek dancing. I distinctly remember all that time ago dancing round the pool to traditional Greek music and having an absolute whale of a time. Their folk type music, their traditional classic music is great fun. And if they ask you to dance, join in. It's not a particularly difficult dance. I'm not going to start dancing around the room to show you, but I'm going to give you a kind of an idea. You link arms, you put your arms on your shoulders, and you go up and down in a line, and you're just like kicking your legs out. And we're doing that all around the pool and getting faster as the music got faster. Really great fun. I remember it very vividly. And bear in mind I was a very young lad then, so it sticks in the memory because it was a good memory, okay? And what else can I say about Cyprus? Well, that was my first visit way back then. It was a really great holiday. Second visit, way into the future, in like 2003. I went with my mother, father, brother, sister, my nan, granddad, my dad's mum and dad, my aunt and my uncle, my two cousins, and my cousin's girlfriend at the time. And we got to go to many water parks, many beaches. And I must add this: if you like the heat, Cyprus is way up your street. It gets hot. When I say hot, it was so hot you couldn't put your feet on the sand on the beach because they literally would burn the soles. The one day it was so hot, it was well over 100 degrees. I think it must have been about 42, 43 degrees. And on top of that heat, you get humidity as well. It is so hot, or it was on that particular holiday, that I remember that literally you'd get out the shower when you were about to go down for your evening meal after being by the beach or the pool all day, and the sweat would be cussing off you as soon as you got out the shower. Without sounding funny, it was kind of pointless having a shower. Not that you're not going to have a shower in that weather, of course you're not. But that's what I'm getting at. That's how warm it is. It's literally middle of the Mediterranean, north of the North African sort of continent. You get the wind off the Sahara Desert blow across the water there. It gets stifling hot. So if you love your sunshine, Cyprus is definitely up your street. It really is, okay? Another quite similar parallel to the last video is the nightlife in Cyprus. Cyprus is a very fun and lively nightlife, you know. But not all just clubs and bars and that sort of thing, you know. There's restaurants where they do like similar to what I discussed in the first part, you know, about like dancing around the pool. You'll get that sort of thing happen in your restaurant sometimes, depending on the people that are running the restaurant, what they're like, whether they're outgoing in that respect. Most of them are, and they're quite chilled about it as well, may I add. And you will enjoy that. As a holiday destination, it ranks as one of the better places I've been to. And I've seen different parts. I've seen obviously Paphos, and I've seen obviously Limassol. Limassol, it's quite modern. I think Paphos, from what I remember back then, was quite a traditional sort of town. Limassol, it's more sort of cosmopolitan. You had a lot more tourists from all over, really, over that way. But as a country and as a place, really great to visit. Just another warning as well. If you go on a particular time of the year, they have an armistice day for the end of World War II. On my second visit, I was in my hotel room, and a siren sounded. I thought World War III was breaking out and disappeared under the bed. Look, obviously I had no idea what it was, and at the time I did think doomsday was coming. So yeah, much to the delight of my family about being a drama queen, but I just didn't have a clue. But anyway, so yes, those are my reasons for visiting Cyprus. A really wonderful holiday for kids and adults alike. Definitely worth a visit. I would thoroughly recommend it. Okay, this is my second video of 3 this week. Thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you. Second of 3, as I said, put down in the comment section below, have you ever had the pleasure of visiting Cyprus? What part was your favourite, and what is it about Cyprus that intrigues you and makes you want to go back there? Is there anything that you feel I've missed out that you really felt poignant, and pertinent, should I say? Remember to hit that subscribe button down below and leave me a thumbs up and a like. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much as always for listening. Your time and energy is so very much appreciated. I'll be back with my 3rd and final video of the week in a couple of days' time. Until then, take care of yourselves. All the best to you. Thank you and bye for now.